Sure. What's your opening statement?
Yeah, I just think Mahito is just faster. I mean, he's a faster domain.
Okay, so why do you think he's faster?
Higuruma is slower than Yuji.
Show that,
fighting.
please.
Yeah, here. Okay. Anybody get the chapter they fight?
It's 145. 145, 146. Wait, you agree Mahito has killed people, right?
The Mahito's killed people?
Yes, bro. Don't rat.
Obviously. Like, why did
okay, and you understand how Romy has a one-shot sword that can kill anything it touches when the crime is the death penalty, right?
Well, you have to get past trial, and that's even if he domains him first, or even gets to do anything first. So
yeah, he has to get past trial.
What's the chapter where they
it's
fight?
145. Just 145, okay. But it's going to
stop talking for a second.
No. I'm saying it. I'm saying it for the judge.
I think he's unironically about to just get violated one time.
Oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, Sakazuki. Before I address what you just said, Sakazuki, there's no violence within the domain expansion. It's literally stated. You understand that? Violence? Yes, okay. Violence is prohibited.
Yeah, but he's gonna get domain first, so his.
I know you think that. I know the claim. But
okay, so let's talk about it.
What's your scale? Go ahead.
It's not 145.
Yeah, too bad, nigga.
What chapters, everybody? Anybody have the actual chapter to this fight?
Why would you ping twice? Are you retarded? All right, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Like 162 forward? I think it was not even
close. The topic is Higuruma versus Mahito before true form.
162? No freaking way it's 162. Let me see.
Higuruma, not your Rome.
Yeah, the lawyer. When Yuji
No, not you. I was talking to someone in chat because he asked the topic.
Yeah, when Yumi fights the lawyer, what's the chapter for this? 164?
Oh my god, nigga, damn.
Oh yeah, I found it. It's here. Okay, so this is when he domains expansions right here.
Mm-hmm. You agree that just send your stuff first.
Okay.
W One Piece K. Did you pray today? Yeah, I did.
Nah, he didn't. You know what happens when people don't pray today?
God is good. God is great. Thank you for my food, man. Anyways.
You don't want it to happen to him. You see? He just conceded he didn't pray.
Yeah, I did pray. I was just making sure that y'all heard it. Do you want to just explain how the domain pop would even matter?
Here it is. You don't think the domain pop would even matter? Wait, hold on.
I'll explain it. Yeah. I'll explain why.
Wait, give me a second. Let me just give me the scan for quick.
Damn, nigga.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, do you think these dudes react to each other?
Yeah, let me see. I know. Send it.
There we go.
Send it in scans, by the way.
I'll show you. Yeah, and they react to each other, but Yuji tags him. He does him pretty dirty here.
Nigga, send it.
I'm sending it right now. Oh, I don't even hear this.
Talon already dick eating.
Look at scans. Yeah, Sakazuki here.
Nick, bro, you keep saying look at scans and there's nothing there. Thank you.
Yeah, look at scans, Sakazuki.
Okay, so okay, bro. What is your argument? What are you arguing for the first one?
They have a scuffle, and then Yuji tags him.
Okay, so the reason why Yuji tags him is because he's using his little throne shirt as a medium for distraction. So that will be the point of interest because he is not expecting that throne shirt. And then right after, he's using the lack of balance.
What shirt? What shirt did he use for the? He didn't use
in the first panel, Chill. You can see in the first panel he used the first shirt to blind him. Oh my god,
that's not what I'm talking about.
Where?
Infinity. There's a time frame between him he evades after when the throwing shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, listen. When the shirt is used, listen. But I'm trying to just what you're saying. When he uses the shirt as a distraction,
you don't even know what I'm saying yet.
When he uses, I just heard you. I'm trying to adjust what you said previous. You said he uses the throwing shirt as a distraction. That's why he tags it. I'm saying I don't think that's the case, right? I'm going to respond and you respond after. It's simple.
I know the claim.
He uses, you keep saying that you know the claim. He uses throwing shirt as a distraction. He evades it. And then there's a time frame when he jumps up and tries to slash down when Yuji's not even looking at him.
Okay,
so Yuji turns around in that time frame and punches him in the stomach. It's really clear.
So, I know what you're saying. So basically, he's using the shirt as a medium for a distraction, and then the reason why he evades is
the shirt has nothing to do with.
Hold on, I'll explain it. I just let you finish. Stop being hypocritical, bro. Who do you want to moderate?
The shirt is irrelevant.
Who do you want to moderate? I know you think that. I'm going to explain why it is relevant. Who do you want to moderate?
We get a judge, bro. We could literally
I'll
get
moderate.
Okay, thank you.
This is retarded.
Oh, mute him, bro. Okay.
Go ahead, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so the reason why the shirt is relevant is because he's using
I want to wait.
Comment, bro. Oh my god.
I want to make sure Jester's fine with me moderating. Jester, are you fine with me?
Yeah, go ahead. You can moderate. As long as like knows crazy shit, but you can hold me.
Just mute him. Okay, so the reason why the shirt is relevant is because he's using it as a medium for distraction in the first panel, and then Hirome notices that the shirt is there. That's what the indicator mark is for, and then he jumps up, and what Itadori is doing is using that lack of balance as a means of being able to throw his punch. You can see Itadori is literally putting momentum into his punch to make it stronger. All that means is that he had more time to hit Hirome than Hirome had to get him because of equilibrium. Simple as that.
Okay. He just did a whole bunch of bullshit and fucking jargon. Sakazuki, are you here? You good?
You can think that.
Yeah. So what actually happens in the scans, and we're gonna go scan by scan. The shirt is irrelevant in him getting tagged. He throws the shirt, which is why Hirume, and he goes for a sweep. The shirt is supposed to distract him from the sweep. He jumps up and evades the sweep. Notice in the second panel. It's literally happening on. So okay, Sakazuki.
Okay, let me explain what's actually occurring.
Okay, but let me actually finish. This is my interpretation.
Let him finish.
In the second panel, you're saying one person has more time to hit the other person. Hirume gets the better hand on Yuji in this position and is literally looking at Yuji from fucking behind on panel, but Yuji just turns around fast enough to tag him, even though Hirume was advantageous in that position. Clearly advantageous in that position.
Okay, so I know what you think, but you haven't actually given a means of arguing for that. So my interpretation of the scan, shut up. My interpretation of the scan is that he's using the little the shirt as a medium of distraction, and then he goes for the sweeping attack. Hirome jumps up, and then Itadori, because he is agile, uses him jumping up and trying to catch his balance. His lack of balance is what is the element that he's using for the attack. He's using his lack of balance to off guard, quote unquote, off guard Hirome and build up momentum for it. Hold on. I'm going to elaborate. Tama, what are you doing with the moderation?
You lost the point.
I know you think that. Tama, can you moderate?
You can
No, just mute him, bro. You have perms. Thank you.
Right.
So, as elaboration of my point, you saying that he's in an advantageous point, you haven't gave rationale for that. All you're doing is making a claim, dumbass. So, within the scan, we can see that he isn't because equilibrium. Once again, you didn't address that. And the point that he, I agree that Itadori is more agile, more skilled to Hirome. That isn't a justifier for him being more faster or just being a speed feat alone. So, you just repeated yourself. We can conclude.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Sakazu, you've been taking notes, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, we're gonna conclude right here, Infinity. I think you just lost.
Yeah, we can conclude. Sure.
Okay, perfect. I'll go to conclusions. I did address. I did address his equilibrium point. I literally said the reason why he's in an advantageous position after the sweep is because he's staring at Yuji's back. So while he's already down slashing on Yuji from behind, being behind somebody is an advantageous position, as I said earlier. But then I said Yuji turns around in time from this dude literally being in his back and has to turn around, then punch him when the guy's already swinging his sword. So I already addressed everything you said. You literally didn't address my argument. Literally didn't address my argument. On fucking recording, on notes. You just lost the point. So thank you. It's just easy claps, bro. I'll mute myself, actually. I'll mute him.
Is Infinity muted? Can someone unmute him so he can give conclusions?
And make sure this nigga does not make new arguments in these conclusions.
Yo, why was I muted for 20 years? I have to unmute myself.
Bro, I was going to unmute you. I'm not like a robot.
Shut up, nigga. Damn. So, Sakazuki, in conclusion, shut up. In conclusion, he didn't address anything I said. I literally said my interpretation of the scan, which he didn't give any likelihood increasing argument for his interpretation. I said my interpretation is that he's using the shirt as a medium of distraction within the first scan, which leads into the second scan. I'm saying all these scans lead into each other. So the first scan is what he's using as the medium of distraction. That would be the shirt. And then I'm saying that's relevant towards the second scan because he's using that medium of distraction for him to jump up. And then now that he's jumped up, equilibrium would take account. So it wouldn't be a soul speed thing. And then Itadori's using that equilibrium or that plus another element, which is him being more agile, agility, which would be defined as, he didn't ask for my definition, by the way, but I was using agility in a sense where easier movement, not quicker movement, easier and or quicker movement. I'm saying that Itadori can easily be, or he can move easier than Hirome, since I agree that Itadori is more skilled than him. However, I don't see why this is solely a skill thing. He didn't address that point at all. I asked for rationale as to why he would be in a more advantageous spot. All he said was the back thing, which I explained like a lot. That's what I addressed with the little like the agility point.
All right. So I think that Infinity won that point, and the reasoning for that, Jester, is because you're using this scan to try to prove that he's like faster than Higuruma or whatever. I don't know the names, by the way, but basically Infinity gave an interpretation like as opposed to yours, which was simply he could have just been using this shirt and it's all in a sequence, and he used this to put Higuruma in a spot in which he was vulnerable or off balance or like off equilibrium, as Infinity said. And you never gave an argument as to why your interpretation that this was, he's now in a more advantageous spot rather than this was what Yuji was actually setting up. You never made your interpretation more likely than Infinity's.
Yeah, I disagree. They clearly said he never addresses this, by the way, on recording. He never addresses this. And we could just talk about this real quick and just move on to another point. He never addresses this, but I literally say he jumps up in the air after the swing. It was to set up the kick, right? But where the position where they end up, he ends up on Yuji's back. And he ends up behind Yuji, which is an advantageous position for Higuruma.
Jester, right? Jester, this is the thing, right? Infinity addressed that. The way in which Infinity's argument still co-aligns with that is that he said that this was all a sequence that Yuji set up by putting this shirt over. Right? He put the shirt up to set up this sequence in which now he was putting Higuruma. He did this all to set up Higuruma into a spot in which he was an off-balance.
But listen to this, right?
And then your interpretation, wait, hold up, right? Your interpretation was that this specific position that Higuruma was in above Yuji was that this was a spot advantageous to Higuruma, while Infinity was saying this specific spot was rather something Yuji was setting up so that Yuji can attack him. You never made the interpretation more likely because that sequence that you're going to increase likelihood with, Infinity already sort of his interpretation co-aligns with that as well.
Yeah, just his last part, just that literally doesn't matter because if I make it clear that.
But wait, hold on. Wait. Let me speak to the moderator.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, Tom.
I'm literally gonna say this last thing.
Hold on. Tom. Hold on.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Okay, Tom.
Hold
on, Tom. I'm not spurring. I'm speaking to the moderator. You're spurring. So, Tom, you debate. You know how this is going.
No. None of you speak. If Jester wants to like talk about Judgment for like a few minutes, he can go ahead. I'll give him like 2 minutes. If he afterwards he wants like a full debate with Sakazuki, then they can do all that shit afterwards. But he can have like a 2-minute quick discussion with Sakazuki. That's fine. Just let him. And then
literally, this is all I have to say. It's not even gonna be 2 minutes. Yeah. All I'm saying, even if it's a sequence that, right, even if it's a sequence that he set up, the fact that Yuji, with his back turned to him, has to turn around and punch him when this nigga's already swinging at him behind him, that in itself is literally a pure speed feat. So that's all I'm trying to say. That's literally just a pure speed. That's just stupid.
But I think the part you're missing is that Infinity is saying, right, because you're saying that because he was above him, right, this is now an advantageous position, correct, Jester?
That's
and
not
that he's the one swinging down.
That's what I'm saying. Before Yuji even gets the chance to start striking at him, Higuruma's already swinging at his back, and he's not even looking at him.
Okay.
When does he address that?
My point is that Infinity's argument is essentially saying that although, yes, he's swinging down and he is above him, Infinity is saying that Yuji wanted him to be there because that is what Yuji was setting up with you.
Yes, and he's using his agility and skill to go off of that known fact.
Okay,
move on.
You know what's fine? Okay, that's fine. I'm cool. Okay. I'm cool with him using his agility and skill, right? Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you this question. What define agility?
Agility, okay, within the context of the point, I was defining agility, and I said this in conclusions as easy, or it's basically how easy you can move. Agility denotatively is easy movement and hold on, easy movement and or speed. It could be both of these things or individually.
Yeah. Okay, so we'd agree that agility is the ability to move quickly and easily.
Oh, we already.
Okay. So what do you? But this is what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you that yes, Yuji is more agile than Higuruma. Okay, perfect. So Yuji, who's more agile than Higuruma, do you know Yuji has trouble? Yeah. Do you know how Yuji has trouble with like against like not a full Mahito? You know that, right?
Just show that, bro.
Perfect. Who has that chapter? That's what I wanted him to agree to.
I'll never agree to any. By the way, for the Sakazuki, write this in your notes. So I was saying he was agile. Okay, I agree that overall he's more skilled, but the agility thing was based upon this specific sequence, not overall.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. Do you think Higuruma was more agile than Yuji?
Bro, I already won that point. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who's more agile. I don't care for that point. I was just saying within that point.
That's not what the point entails. Sakazuki,
no, it doesn't matter. Hold on.
The fuck?
Let me address that. So if we concluded on everything that was argued upon within that point, and I argue, for example, shut up, and argue with, for example, Yuji has X property. If I win that point, that he also has X property applied to every other part of the debate, I win that point, the overarching point plus that sub point, because you didn't address it properly or at all. So I'm saying within that specific instance, Yuji is more agile because he's basing his ability and what he's going to do off of the known sequences that he wanted to occur. So I don't care who is more agile overall. I'm just telling you what I agree to and what Sakazuki should write in his notes. Because you are spurging, Jester, like you always do. Can we continue before my mom comes back from work?
Yeah, hold on. Let me unmute him. All right, go ahead. Continue.
This is unbelievable, but I'm literally trying to ask the judge, right, what the point that we concluded on is, because that's why I'm asking you. Me asking you, do you think Yuji is more agile than him is a new point overall? That's
I know. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is all I agree to is X. I was telling Sakazuki to write that.
I understand. I understand that's all you agreed to. I understand, but that's why I'm asking the question. Just answer the question.
I'm trying to say I didn't read the battle, so I don't know. All I read is the first part of the battle.
Okay, so based off of this, I could make the claim that based off from the point that we just finished on Yuji showing an agility feat against Higuruma, Yuji is more agile than Higuruma.
No, that's not. Oh my God. So if you listen, the reason why he performed that agility point or feat, and the reason why I said it led into that agility feat is because he was using known sequences, because I agree he's more skilled. I agree that he's more skilled overall. So since he's using the known sequences or the set of sequences that he proposed himself, he's more agile for that. However, that isn't an argument for why he would be more agile overall.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To use this type of sequence, you'd have some type of X agility. So that still entails what I'm saying.
Yes, X agility doesn't entail better agility than the opposition. All that means is you're more skillful and a better player. Hold on.
Wait, you just lost the point.
Notice how I let you finish the fucking argument.
You just lost the point, by the way.
Like, you're so weird, bro. So all that entails is that he is more skillful. Skillful and agility aren't directly tied to each other. They can be tied to each other, but not directly. All I'm saying is that he's more skilled, and that's what caused him to be more agile within that specific moment. Because he was able to outsmart his opponent within that specific instance.
Yeah. So I'll just assert this: if he's not as agile as him here in this position, he doesn't win. But he's more agile, so he wins.
What'd you say?
Since Yuji has better agility, he wins his position. If Yuji doesn't have better agility, he wouldn't win here.
What do you mean by that? But by that's the scans that you sent? Are you talking about the scans you sent before?
Are you serious, bro? Okay. Are you understanding what I'm saying, Sakazuki?
I'm asking, what do you mean by? Are you talking about the scans?
I repeated myself 3 times, bro.
Okay, because you repeated the claim that you made. For the elaboration. That's explanation.
Hold up, Jester. Okay, let me make sure I'm getting your argument correct. So, Jester, you're saying that you're arguing that without this like specific set of agility, he wouldn't be able to use that skill that he was trying to go for within that sequence. Is that what you're saying?
Literally. Yes, literally.
Yeah, sure, maybe. Like, I don't know. Fun.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay, so then Yuji has some of then I could assert that Yuji has some X agility that allows him to do these type of sequences against Higuruma. If he didn't,
within that specific instance, because he had known elements or applied elements. So hold on, bro. I let you fucking finish. Like, you're so weird.
Go ahead, finish, bro.
Okay, so he has. This is a circumstantial thing, not a connective thing, because he has things he can use. Like, for example, he can use his shirt as a medium of distraction. He can use the chairs around him. So he has things leading up or things that he can use to cause this sequence, which wouldn't be applied to a hypothetical scenario.
Okay. So the part in the sequence that I'm talking about in specific is post the shirt part. So Sakazuki, I want to make this super clear.
Oh my God.
He used the shirt to set him up to jump in the air, right? But now he has his back turned to him. Now he needs to use a feat of agility to turn around to tag him in this instance specifically right here.
I'm saying. If you listen, I said
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, I know what you were saying.
It's literally ridiculous.
Bro, oh my gosh, shut up. Tom, mute him. Like, this nigga just keeps on chatting. You fucking yapper, nigga.
He interrupted me.
No, there is no way to mute him, my nigga. Damn. Thank you. So if you listen, the reason why I won the point is because of two known elements, not just one. I wasn't just arguing for agility. I said that he performed his feat based upon both his skill and agility. I'm saying that since he's the one that proposed the sequence and he wanted X thing to occur, then he set X thing to occur up. That is the case because of his skill and agility, and he was already going to, in the midst of performing this action, when he had his back to him. So that isn't anything. That means nothing. Your point literally is just this non sequitur.
Okay. He used his skill to make the setup happen, and he used his agility to finish it, to execute it. No?
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, but it isn't sole agility. That's all I'm saying. Hold on.
That's not my claim either. That's not my claim either. Like,
I don't care. Mute him. I was speaking before you. What do you mean mute him?
No, that's not true.
Okay. Anyway, so I won the last point.
Tom, mute him.
Tom, mute him. I was speaking. I was speaking.
Like, he's blatantly over talking.
Jester like was muted for a while.
Like, that's ridiculous. Okay. The whole point that I'm trying to make, and Sakazuki, are you here listening?
Yep, I'm listening.
Yes. I understand that it's a skill and agility feat. The reason why I could assert that he's more agile than him is because if he was any less agile than Higuruma, he wouldn't execute the sequence. That's the claim I'm trying to make. I understand it's both a skill and agility thing. I agree with him. He used his skill and his knowledge of fighting to set him up to jump in the air. That's fine. But while having his back to him, turned to him, he'd have to use his raw agility to execute the actual sequence. That's what I'm saying. He keeps jumping around and he doesn't address it. You can mute me after and just think.
I know you believe that, but you haven't given an argument for that. You just keep on repeating the claim. I don't see. Okay, all I'm saying is that this is the reason as to why Q occurred. P implies Q. However, you will be affirming the consequent because you're saying if P didn't happen, then Q cannot be entailed. That's literally fallacious. So there is no argument for why. Hold on, can you fucking shut the fuck up, nigga? You just said you were gonna go on mute, nigga. So anyways, like, you're retarded. Tomwin, why was I muted instantly, but he wasn't?
Bro, he's not speaking. Like, I'm not.
He was just speaking for fucking 8 years, my nigga. He was just
speaking. Your point. Infinity.
Okay. Anyways, so it will be fallacious because shut up, nigga. It will be fallacious because if when you have multiple opponents, if P then QP there, bro. Oh my God, can you mute up? Damn. So if I do the dishes, then Milky will be a bitch. I do the dishes, therefore, well, Milky is the bitch. You are saying that P, which is him having or performing this agile move, is the only entailment of Q, or is the only thing that can entail Q. I'm saying that would be fallacious by definition, so we can conclude.
Okay, that's completely disanalogous. He's saying that it's fallacious, but it's actually not, because one thing correlates to the other, which is if he was any less agile than he had to be in this instance right here, he does not execute the move.
Okay.
Meaning, even though it's a circumstantial thing, he would have to be more agile than Higuruma in this instance.
You just repeated the fucking claim, and it would, just because it's correlative doesn't mean that it's directly correlative, as in it's a biconditional. Just because within this instance P occurs doesn't mean that this instance or Q occurring is limited to P occurring. So we can conclude you just repeated yourself.
My fault. I didn't repeat myself. I actually added.
Okay, let's conclude then, bro.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm choking.
Or are you scared? Do you want to conclude?
I'm not really scared.
Shut up, Tom, and I'm asking a question.
He's literally
conclude? Do you want to conclude? I'm not speaking at all. I'm asking a question for progression. So do you agree to conclude?
Go ahead, big dog. Let's conclude.
Okay. Sakazuki, give judgment. What the like? This thing is so ass.
Do you all want to give like conclusion?
I don't even need to conclude, bro. Like, you have notes, bro.
Jester, do you want to give a conclusion or no?
Yeah, I'll give him real quick. I called it disanalogous. He repeated himself. I added on that even if it is in this instance, since he has to have some X agility to execute the move. I spread it out. I literally explained what he explained earlier in the point, which essentially is this is an agility and skill-based thing. The thing that has to do with skill is the setup. The execution has to do with agility. Never refuted that. And since the execution has to do with agility, in this instance, if he wasn't more agile than Higuruma, he just loses because he has his back turned to him. He repeats himself, calls it fallacious. I'm saying it's disanalogous, the analogy he used to call it fallacious. And it's just not true. So, I don't know
so yeah, do you want to get judgment?
All right, so Infinity, let me fully clarify your argument. You're essentially saying that the reasoning as to why Jester, what Jester was saying was.
You want me to just conclude, bro?
I mean, I think I understood your point, but you can go ahead and conclude if you want.
Okay, sure. So he wasn't listening at all. I was saying that the execution wasn't the agility point, but instead I was saying he had this point, he had this plan. He was already using his agility plus skill in work. It wasn't just the execution that was doing this thing or the end goal.
When did you ever say this?
Hold on, shut up. Hold on, mute him. Yo, Tyler, mute him. Hold on, I'm about to explain. So Sakazuki, do you have in your notes? Shut up. Sakazuki, do you have in your notes me saying that he already had his agility working, like he already had it in function, right? Or something along those lines?
Yeah, wait, repeat that?
Yeah, that he already had his agility up, like he was already performing this thing. He was already like being agile and shit.
Yeah, you guys didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Jester himself said that the skill is co-aligned with agility. That the skill itself was performed through agility.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that's my interpretation. However, I'm not a fucking rat like Jester. I don't believe that my interpretation is the only fucking interpretation. So I said it was fallacious and said that would be affirmative consequent, which is literally defined as if P then Q, not P, therefore not Q. It's when if I do the dishes, then my wife will be happy with me. I don't do the dishes, therefore my wife is not happy with me. P implies Q. He's saying that P, which is him being agile within the situation, is the only thing that can tell Q, and he see that P was correlated.
Yeah, no, I'll be right back. I'm not. Just give me a second. I'm gonna get some pizza.
Okay, so yeah, I agree that P is correlated to Q. However, that doesn't mean that a correlation is limited to that specific P. So yeah, all he kept on saying was, "Well, Q is limited to P," etc. He just kept on repeating the claim and kept on question begging. So it's easy.
And you gave, and I have in my notes. You said that the other reasoning for it is basically the external factors within the surroundings, such as the shirt, the chair, etc.
That was for something else.
All right, yeah. So okay, I'll wait for Jester to be back to give my verdict. But
yeah, bro, it's so easy. Like this is low tier, bro. Like
yeah, Jester. I know the claim, but mute him.
Tyler, you were a terrible moderator. Oh my god.
Damn, I got kicked off stage.
Yo, Gizbot, bro, this is like, oh my god, this is like low diff. What the fuck? Again, Milky, are you listening to this? Hey, bring my nigga Clicksu up.
Clicksu, come on.
Wait, bro, like, okay, this isn't going anywhere. Can I get into my feeling after this, bro? Like, this is going
Shout
slow.
Out Tom Rage.
Bring me up, yeah, bring up my nigga 1PK. And yes,
I'm back.
Right. Never mind, he's back. The fun is ruined. All right, so yeah, give your judgment, Sakazuki.
Okay, so Jester, I gave my verdict to Infinity. Do you want me to explain why?
Go ahead, bro.
All right, so Jester, right? Your argument was that this idea that he got hit or tagged was due to this agility alone. And it's because of this agility alone, right? And essentially, Infinity was saying that in itself is fallacious because that's not the only interpretation that can lead to this conclusion, right? And he gave another interpretation, right? Like he gave actually two examples.
That's actually That's actually not fully what I said. So you just split up my argument and just didn't understand it. So what I said, I understand that the feat in itself is due to skill and agility, but the execution of the feat is due to agility, meaning the setup is the skill. I don't understand why he's interrupting me. The setup is the skill part, right? The execution is the agility. It's a setup and an execution.
Yeah, you just repeated yourself.
Okay, so Jester, right? You are saying that this feat, right? The actual execution of this feat is because of the agility alone, correct?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Infinity is saying that is fallacious because you are saying this is the only interpretation that can lead to this feat or this the execution of this feat happening. Infinity is saying, and he also gave interpretations that can also lead to this feat, right? Given the external factors, right, such as the shirt and also the chairs, which would lead to this not only just being agility, but other factors being included, which would defeat your interpretation that it's only agility. And that's why he was calling it fallacious. And I think you missed that portion of his argument and you didn't really address that. Instead, you said it was disanalogous while it really wasn't.
All right. I think you're just leaving out the whole part where I call it disanalogous and explain where.
Okay, so why was it disanalogous, Jester?
The analogy isn't the same thing as modus ponens.
Hold up, Infinity. Why was what Infinity said apparently disanalogous?
He made it. We can literally run back to recording. He made an analogy, but I just want to move on because these points are literally irrelevant. So
no, the analogy is set. Okay, Sakazuki. Okay, in the recording, even if he did call it disanalogous, hold on. The analogy is separate from modus ponens itself. Like this nigga does not know anything about shit. But
he uses the analogy to explain why. It's
no. I use it as an explanation. That doesn't mean that
this is my chain.
Can I go? Hold on. Can I go back to my scaling now? Can I go to scaling?
Okay, go on. Let's switch to scaling.
Okay, thank you. So it's in character for Higuruma to use his domain at the start of the battle. It's not in character for Mahito to use it at the start of the battle. Therefore, speed would not matter because Mahito would activate. Okay, first, there's two things. We can go point by point. I don't want to shotgun you. So one, we do not know if Mahito has knowledge that domain expansions count to each other. And two, even if he did, he would use it after Higuruma because we know it is not in character for him to use it at the start of the battle.
Yeah, why isn't it in character? Okay, so all that.
Yeah, I can. You want to explain it?
Yeah.
What burden are you placing upon me?
You can explain it.
What burden are you placing upon me?
You said it isn't in character for
Higuruma?
No, you said it isn't in character for Mahito.
Because Mahito doesn't use it immediately when fighting Itadori and Todo. Therefore, it's not in character.
Because he split up.
No, I'm saying it's more consistent that he doesn't use it at the start of the battle.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
So there's
either
not,
one.
Bro,
Tom would mute him, bro. Oh my gosh, like damn.
I can't even have a back and forth. Like this is super.
I'm trying to have a back and forth, but you just keep on fucking.
This isn't back and.
Tom would mute him. I don't know where he went, bro. Get him back up here. I'll drag him up.
I'm not gonna mute anyone, bro.
No, but Tom would mute him, bro. That was not me. Wallahi, it wasn't me. I just let you up, but hey, Tom, can you mute him? Okay. Anyways, if he cuts me, I'll just mute him. Okay. So it's either one, it's not consistent within his character because it's not shown in every instance where he starts the battle and has domain that he uses it, or two, we do not know if it's consistent within his character.
I'm pretty sure the moment he gets back together, he just pops domain right away.
Okay, show that. And also, that doesn't make it consistent.
I don't think that's a key point.
Huh?
What's the chapter for Mahito versus?
It doesn't matter. I'm saying even if I were to presuppose that. Shut up, bitch. Damn, nigga. Okay, so I'm saying even if I were to presuppose that scan is true, it doesn't defeat my consistent character argument. Do you want me to explain why?
Don't you ever mute me again, fat?
That wasn't me who muted you. I don't know why you keep saying that. Yeah. You can see it in the audio logs.
What I'm saying is that the instances that you have, the only instance that you would have where he doesn't domain right away is against a dude who's.
Yeah, I'm saying there's no shown instant. Okay, go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, but there's always context to each instance. And
okay. I'm saying even if I
mute him, mute him.
No, but I'm not. You're not.
Mute him. I stopped cutting you off. I literally stopped talking. Yeah, I'm going to explain every instance. He fights them. He doesn't have domain unlocked. The moment he figures out domain, he instantly domains them in the fight. That's one, Sakazuki. You reading me? The next time he fights a guy, so that's 1 point for me going for that. He would domain him right away, right? Repeat that. The moment he learns domain, he domains Nanami and Yuji right away. And then the next instance when he fights Mekamaru, the nigga's using like simple domain imbued like body parts to like ward him off. The moment he gets past that, he just kills him. Then the next instance, his body. I'm gonna let you. I'm not shotgunning. I'm going to let you literally address this. We're going point by point.
Okay, if we're going point by point, there's no need to bring it up to other points. Just let me address So in response, oh my bro, Tom, I'm mute.
Listen,
mute him. Bro, who keeps putting him? No, he's doing this shit on purpose so you can run away.
Whoever's doing that, stop.
No, he's definitely doing this shit on purpose so you can run away, bro. Fuck no. Get him back up here, bro. This nigga back up here. Anyway, so in response to the first point. So I would agree, even if I
were. Bro, he just moved me down and started
talking
over me.
That wasn't me. Well, I know my mother's life. That was not me. That's not me. You can
bro, stop moving me down. This is
that's not me. You can shit my friend. It's clearly that you're just running, bro.
Stop moving me down. I'm not running. I'm keep joining back up, bro. Literally, he's interrupting me when I'm explaining what he was talking about earlier.
Go, damn.
We're talking about consistency things. So I'm explaining most of his fights right now. I'm explaining them. I'm gonna let you address all of them. I explained the one with Nanami and Yuji when he got jumped. I explained the Mekamaru and why he couldn't domain them. And then in the Todo versus Yuji instance, his body was split up in multiple pieces. So I don't even think he could. So that's all the instances you could address them right now. I'll stay on mute.
Oh my God! Like, stop leaving me muted for so long. So, Jester, in response to that, that's completely a non sequitur because even if I were to
mute you, my glorious.
Because even if I were to presuppose that everything you said is true, those are circumstantial things. He doesn't actually do that at the start of the battle. Therefore, what you just said doesn't make it consistent that he uses his domain at the start of the battle. So to address the first instance you showed up, he uses domain when he first learns it. All that means is that he felt he was getting overwhelmed, because we do know he was getting overwhelmed. He was getting jumped. So we do know it's consistent within a disaster's curse's nature to use domain expansions when they start getting overwhelmed, because even Hanami does it. He's about to when Todo and Itadori is about to overwhelm him. Is the same as within this instance. He starts getting overwhelmed. He unlocks this new technique, the Pika Jujutsu sorcery. Therefore, he uses it against them. In the Mekamaru instance, he did. I don't see how he doesn't have the ability to use it at the start of the battle, because he did not have knowledge of Mekamaru's abilities and his simple domains and shit. Shut up. No, shut up. So he could have used domain there, but he didn't. You saying he was cutting to pieces is an actual argument. And for the third thing, send the scam for what you're saying, because all this is just contextual shit that doesn't actually derive consistency for your point. Wait, instead, it would just be a non sequitur. Hold on, it would just be a non sequitur.
Infinity, yeah. What was your what? Can you repeat what you said about the Mekamaru instance?
Yeah, I'm saying the Mekamaru instance, he didn't have knowledge on the counter to domain, which would be the simple domains. He doesn't know that Mekamaru has that. All I'm saying is that this doesn't derive consistency that he uses domain expansion at the start of the battle, because we know, or from what I remember, because I didn't read that shit, from what I remember, there was nothing that was holding him back from using it after the start of the battle. So I don't see why you have consistency. Also, if you're saying that, well, in the instances where he is in a battle with domain expansion, there's nothing that tells he doesn't use it in character. That's what that leads into my second claim I made, which is one, it either is that it's not in character for him to use it, or two, we don't know if it's in character for him to use it. Therefore, we should not assert it. If that leads back into the second one, then it's not something we should accept in the debate. As simple as that.
Okay, so just to address all that what he just said, essentially what he's saying is that it's consistent that he doesn't use it off the rip. So I was given reasons. So the whole point of me doing that is giving reasons why he's not using it off the rips. So even if it's contextual, if there's heavy context as to why he cannot domain off the rip in every single fight, then what you just said literally falls apart.
Okay,
to address the okay, yeah, this guy is not funny.
No, I pause it. Hold on, wait, Tommy, I'm trying to pause something. So
why are you interrupting me?
I'm trying to agree to something for progression, my nigga. Damn.
No.
Yeah, Tom. So I'm going to Tom on mute. I'm trying to agree to something. I swear to God, if I'm muted, this is the worst moderator.
He's interrupting.
It is your job as the moderator
to interrupting me. He's blatantly interrupting me.
I'm trying to agree to something. Bro, okay, thank you. So what I'm going to pause.
No, nigga. Okay. Let Jester finish, and then
he got moved, bro. Why is he getting moved down?
Whoever moved me down, I will find you, and you're gonna get stripped.
Don't you ever talk to my goat like that again?
No.
Hey,
chill. Let Jester go. Even though, okay, this is the worst moderator I've ever fucking seen. This nigga's trying to like halt progression, but go ahead, Jester.
Bro, okay, yeah, mute him. Yeah. He's saying it's in character for cursed spirits when they get overwhelmed to domain expansion. While that is true, that doesn't negate the fact that at that point in the fight, the reason why he didn't domain at the beginning of the fight was because he didn't know it. So he just didn't address that. So the moment he learns it is, happens to be at the point where he's getting overwhelmed. So the instant he learns it, he just domain expansions it. Even other cursed spirits, like other than Mahito, when they're getting overwhelmed, they don't domain expansion right away. They keep using more and more techniques to try to find a way around it, and then they domain expansion. In this instance, Mahito was getting overwhelmed, and then he just domain expansioned the moment he learned it. So that works towards me still. The Mekamaru shit, you said they had no knowledge. Geto or Kenjaku and Mahito were literally working with Mekamaru, like undercover, and then they went to his base and healed them. They literally did like a trade-off. So they do have knowledge of Mekamaru, and Mahito literally healed him to fight him. So I don't know what you're saying. I'm saying that he probably does have knowledge of what Mekamaru is probably capable of, since he has a heavenly restriction. So he'd probably know like around the grounds of what something that he would do. And then there's that. You could probably also like even sense that people have simple domains. There's that as well. And to the third one where he split up, I don't know if he really even addressed that. I think he skipped around it, but again, yeah, he just didn't have enough curse energy in each separate body in that fight against Yuji and Toto to even domain in the first place. And the moment he does, he domains right away. So that's another point for me. Like literally the moment he gets like enough curse energy to get her back to domain, he domains. So there's 2 instances where he has the opportunity to domain right away and he domains right away. So I do actually think it's in character for him to domain. So I wanted to address all of that.
Okay.
I'll mute him.
Okay, so Jester, what you just said isn't an actual response to what I said. All you did was go circular once again, and you made an improvable claim. You can never justify the fact that you can sense people with simple domains. Also, you're a fucking rat. He literally hit that little robot that has the simple domains. It's not like he himself has simple domains. He's using imbued cursed tools that have simple domains, and that's what he's using against Mahito. We do know that he was hidden and he was building that for multiple years. So just because they worked with him doesn't mean that they have knowledge on that little technique or tool that he's using for simple domain. Because he literally, the only thing that they have knowledge on is his heavily restriction and how his robots work, which we know that he kept that little big robot hidden. Can someone send a scan where he first like activates the robot, or when he first explains how he's been working on that shit for multiple years? Also, in response to the other thing, I don't know what you said about the Mahito shit or where they repeatedly use tactics or some shit. You need to repeat that. And also the consistent thing. Yeah, you just repeated the claim just because he's using it when he's getting overwhelmed, which we know in that instance he probably felt like he was getting overwhelmed or something along those lines. That actually doesn't draw consistency or anything like that. So yeah, we can conclude.
To address the simple domain, hold up. Let me just get a scan for you. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we have what chapter is the Mega Mechamaru?
Wait, by the way, One P or Gizbob or Milky, do y'all have the scan where he explains how he's been working on that big robot?
There.
Well, 1PK2, you can send it if you have it. Bro, wait, 1PK, have you read Goodwill Event or anything Mega Mario related? Or Tom, do you have a scan? Since it's the one story. I can look for it. Yeah, look for it, please, Milky.
Yeah. So the cockpit area is like, okay, so here, let me just address this. The cockpit area of the absolute Mechamaru is protected by a simple domain, and people can tell when other niggas are using simple domain, like pretty clearly.
Okay, wait. You said
and let me
wait. Hold on. You said I'm asking you to repeat yourself.
Mute him. I'll repeat myself. Mute him.
Yeah, just repeat yourself real quick.
Mute him. We're permanently using up on here today. Hey, it's chill like that. But
yeah, but let's go.
Oh, he's on mute. He's perma using.
I let you off mute for a second. I let you off mute for a second.
He's perma using. He's spurging. He's spurging. Yeah. So hold on. Let me just get this real.
By the way, I wasn't the one who unmuted myself. I just want to say that I'm not perma using at all.
Okay.
Yo, I know that nigga Martin Luther King has a big ass dick.
What?
Just like me, nigga. Dumbass nigga.
Your shit is small as fuck.
So, yeah, he's using a barrier technique in the cockpit, and it's essentially working as a simple domain. Niggas could see barrier techniques like blatantly every single time in the verse. That's my addressment to that one thing he says. So yes, if he looks at the giant robot, he would know that there's a simple domain or there's a barrier technique protecting him from getting domain expansion, which would be stupid for him to domain expansion right away against a robot that's using year spans of its life to shoot at him. So there's that thing, right? The thing of the unknown as to why he wouldn't domain expansion him right away in that fight. Them working with him, I think they were working with him for a certain amount of time. Let me actually get a scan. Anybody have a scan for how long they were working when they heal Mechamaru? What chapter is that? Before I even continue. Anybody got the chapter? What chapter do they heal Mechamaru? Okay, let's Batman chapter. Hold on, I'll just get the anime. Can you hear me real quick, Infinity? Are you cool, man?
Bro, I don't know. Like, sure, bro. Like, I'll agree.
Yeah,
Sure.
right, yeah.
What are you looking for, by the way?
When they heal Mechamaru.
No, I agree to that.
No, I'm explaining what. There's a certain point that you don't agree with.
Remind me what scan you need. The one where it says that he kept that little big robot hidden. Like he was working on it for a long time. Or you can tell me the chapter. I don't know why you just asked Archie if he had to scan nigga. Hey Moki, what chapter is Mechamaru versus Mahito?
Okay. Yeah, he's like in a secret underground location. So for a trade-off of something, they actually made a binding vow this guy before they were even able to kill him. So at some point previous in time, they made a binding vow of this dude to heal him, and they know of his heavenly restrictive capabilities. Granted, they didn't know about the giant robot, but it still applies that you sense barrier techniques right away. I don't think he talked about.
Wait, what'd you say?
You sense barrier when there are barrier techniques up. You
okay.
could sense them and see them. Yes. There's a barrier technique surrounding the robot that's protecting the combat area.
Yeah. So are you done?
There's that. So Mahito could see that shit. The overwhelming point, you just didn't address it because I don't know if Sakazuki caught it, but I explained.
I asked you to repeat. I had to repeat that, but you didn't.
Okay, yeah, I'll repeat it right now. Yeah, so in the overwhelming point, usually what cursed spirits do, even when they get overwhelmed, they start using more of their techniques before domaining. Mahito gets overwhelmed, and when he learns domain, he instantly domains.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So when I mean by overwhelmed, is to the point where you cannot do anything but use or pop your strongest ability, which will be domain expansion. We know within that situation, Mahito couldn't even barely move. So what he did immediately was pop domain expansion. Also, in addressing to the first thing you made, that's not true at all. You can sense barrier techniques and simple domains aren't the same thing overall. I agree that you can see. You haven't said anything that justifies you can sense it, but I agree that you can see the barrier techniques or domains because of the size of them. We know that Gojo was able to see it. However, I don't see how that applies to something like Fallen Blossom or anything along those lines, which we know Mechamaru doesn't have passively, but instead it's something he implements into a tool that his robot has. So just because they worked with him isn't an argument for why they sense he has or has knowledge on him having simple domain. Because it's not like he has it. Hold on. Yo, can y'all mute him, bro?
You can finish though. You can finish.
Yes. Just because they worked with him with not specific time frame doesn't mean they have knowledge on X thing, which would be simple domain. Especially because the heavenly restriction isn't the thing that grants him. All the heavenly restriction grants him is the ability to control robots and shit like that. They don't know but it's this big size robot. Especially you can see in the scan, but I'm about to sing. Mahito didn't even okay. So Mahito was surprised that he went and got that big robot. And if he did have knowledge on that big robot, do you not believe it would be likely that he would expect it instead of him running away?
Repeat that.
Hold on. Let me get this scan before I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're a rat, bro. What the fuck?
I'm making 10 with my next victim.
What the fuck? Okay. Sakazuki, you're keeping track, right?
Yep, I'm still taking notes.
Yup. Okay. Yup. I got the scan. Peep scans. Okay. Look. So we did see within that instance, he did have the ability to activate domain expansion, but he did not do it in character right away. And we see that the simple domain is not something that's applied to him like his regular body, but instead it's something that he gets out of the robot that he throws at Mahito.
What are you saying? Okay, when are you saying he has? Let me just go reference the error. This chance, a simple domain. Let's go better.
Wait, Infinity,
Yo.
Are you saying that what Jester was saying about like the simple domain being around the robot or whatever is wrong, and instead it was
Yeah,
like
I haven't
him
seen. Okay. He hasn't proved. Okay, yeah. He hasn't proved the simple domain being around the robot. That's not even
Yeah,
how
I think
simple
the, I
domains work.
think I think
Hold
the
on.
loca-
Wait, hold on.
yeah,
Let me
you're a
speak a
rat, by
second.
the way.
Yeah. No, you're right, actually. But yeah, simple domains don't form around the fucking robot. That's not how simple domains work. Simple domains are domains for the weak. It's supposed to be a counter towards domain expansion. The barrier techniques are distinct from simple domains because one, simple domains don't even have barriers, and two, a barrier technique is the big black thing, which obviously you can see. That's not the same thing as what I'm using. This nigga's a fucking rat.
Okay, you done?
Yes.
Yeah. A simple domain by like definition would probably be a bit like.
It's the only shit I talk about him though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me address two things. What he's saying right here. The place that he's standing in, when you're saying he has a chance to domain expansion him, that whole area essentially, like where he's sitting, is the robot. Do you not know that?
What? What'd you say? What part?
Like that place where he's standing is like the central control of the robot.
That doesn't mean that they know that. What the fuck?
But
They believe that.
But this is what I'm saying. That's where we're gonna get to the point of. That's where we're gonna get to the point of whether or not you sense simple domains. Like
I know you think that, like, bro. Give an argument, my nigga.
Yeah, but the center of the robot has a simple domain. No.
How? Like, no.
Okay,
what?
I just get to this scan.
Like what?
I'll just get to this scan. That's fine.
Okay, bro.
Hold on. What chapter is this?
It's chapter 81, I think.
Okay. There we go. Chapter 81. Okay, right.
Yup, yeah, you're a fucking rat, nigga. Look at scans. Kenjaku was literally surprised that he has simple domain.
That doesn't address the point that I'm really making right now.
Yeah, you can think that. Sure, you can think that. Just get your argument, bro. He's a fucking rat, bro.
Okay. You know you just conceded, right?
Go ahead, bro.
How does Kenjaku just looked at him and knew he had simple domain? How?
No, because he used it, nigga. Are you dumb? It literally just says within the scan. Hold on. It's explaining in the scan how simple domains neutralizes domain expansions. We know that Kenjaku. Yeah, chill. Yeah. So he literally within the scan neutralizes domain expansion. If out of nowhere Mahito's domain expansion just deactivates, obviously it's abductive to say that the person within the domain expansion has some type of counter to it, which would be, what would that be, Jester? Simple domain. Do I have to take you through fucking baby steps, nigga?
Nigga, you didn't address anything. How does he know he has simple domain?
Oh my, yeah, we can conclude, bro. It's only counting like what the fuck. Nigga's a rat.
Okay, you didn't really say anything. I'm saying
I know you think that, bro.
Okay, my whole point is that you can literally sense whether or not somebody has a simple domain.
I know you think that.
Okay, wait, hold on.
No, Saka, no, don't even say it.
He looks at the robot, like on even in your scan here. Yeah, he looks at the robot and says, "Oh shit, simple domain."
I know
if he could sense it, Mahito would know the same thing too.
Okay, I know you think that. We can conclude. That isn't an argument. Fuck. Hello, do you want to conclude?
Yeah, let me get. I got a scan for you. That's fine.
Oh my god,
it wasn't 81.
Nigga's so scared. Nigga's so scared.
Yeah, I was trying to get my scan, but what you just said was.
Infinity, I have a question about what you just said.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's just wait for him to send this shit, bro. Every question that you have is going to be answered in conclusion, bro. By the way, abductive reason. Okay, by the way, Sakazuki, you put this in his notes just so this nigga doesn't rat. Actually, never mind. I'll just wait for a scan.
That's what I was gonna ask. That was about the domain expansion thing. But I'll just wait for conclusions, I guess.
True, bro. Yo, who doesn't just have a bucket of cheese in their house?
Oh, here we go.
Infinity, give me your bucket of cheese, bro.
Okay, bro. What the fuck?
Okay. Yeah, here we go. The moment he uses up the last little bit of it. Where's the post scan?
Go ahead, little nigga. Buffer, nigga. Send him a shit like Usher, nigga. She wanna eat me, you know what, nigga? What, Aki?
There we go. Let's go.
What's the song name? Fuck. Let me think. I don't remember, bro. But it's from Kashi X Dami. Okay, look, hold on.
Yeah, here, I got the scans.
Well, I got you after this. Just remind me.
Why is not shit?
No, I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'll tell you after, Aki.
Yeah, here we go. Oh my god, bro. Manga C is like literally lagging.
Manga C. Wait, what translation does Manga C use? TCP or Viz?
I'm not sure. It's whatever. It's just a visual thing. It's just a visual game.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, can't see the nigga. You Viz says nigga? Okay.
He waits for him to imbue. Here we go. He waits for him to imbue shit into the finger to the main expansion. Here.
Send it, nigga.
I'm sending it right now. It's just loading for me. Take a sec. Okay. When he imbues the shit into the finger, then he domains expansion. Like right away. Like
what? Okay.
Instantly.
Wait, what does that have to do with Mahito? Hold on. I'm gonna be him, bro. How was that? How was that? Hold on. How was that separate? Right? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain why. Mahito was waiting for the opportunity to domain expansion to beat him in the fight.
That doesn't mean that he's waiting for the opportunity just because he does it within that specific instance. I don't see why he's just not think of, bro. Can you mute your mic? You have an echo.
Okay. I don't think you're echoing through it. Yeah.
Okay, sure, but anyways, yeah. So just because it shows him using his domain expansion right there, doesn't entail the fact that he is waiting for a perfect moment to use this thing. Also, the finger thing is not correlated at all. You like, what's the argument for that? What the fuck?
Oh wait, I still have to show you. Wait, I got one last thing to show you.
By the way, the finger thing is separate from simple domain.
I know. I have one last thing. I thought it was in the scan. I have one last thing to show you.
Okay, bro.
But manga C is like, I actually don't know what translation manga C is, but
okay. By the way, this is getting pretty long. You want to make this the last point, or no?
We gotta get to the scaling, but I think that'll be fast. That'll be quick.
Okay, sure. Manga C uses Viz. What the? Okay, hell no, then. We'll just see what your shit says, bro.
Whatever. Yeah, here we go.
Hey, fuck, what's that? Hold on. What's that song called?
Yeah, here we go. This one scan. There we go. Yeah, this first scan literally implies what I was saying earlier. There. He literally says like, there's a concert. He looks at him. He's like, "There's a concert."
Yo, you're a rat. Hold on. Yeah, let me address that. Okay, so the reason why
don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
You weren't even speaking, my nigga. What the fuck? Go.
Don't cut me off. I posted a scan and even let me explain.
I just said go, nigga.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he literally looks at him.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Okay, whatever, bro. This guy is just
Can I address the point?
Whatever, you just keep cutting me off. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
the moderators are.
Now you know how it feels, my nigga. So, anyways, to address.
Well, we could debate like that. Okay, no, yeah.
We're not debating like that. Actually, I was just telling you how. I just told you how. We could debate like that. You're losing, so you want to resort to that, my nigga.
Nobody's great. I'm saying, do you want to get him out?
I don't want to debate like that. I was just telling you how it feels, my nigga. So, who do you agree?
Any type of way. Do you
agree about it?
It's not
okay. So within this, anyway,
so cutting me off and just not letting me speak. I'm actually trying.
Go ahead, my nigga. I'm asking you. Do you want to go or me?
Perfect. Yes, I'm going ahead.
Okay, go there, little nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Nigga retarded as shit, bro.
Nigga retarded as shit.
Yeah, he doesn't think he could actually touch his soul while he's in that head.
Okay, okay, so one, this defeats your overarching point because it says to think you were tinkering away on something like this, meaning that implies that he doesn't have knowledge on this big robot. Hold on, I know that's not the point you're making currently. I was saying just supplements my initial point. So he doesn't have knowledge on this at all. And then for the second thing, You're inside, aren't you? You don't want me to touch after all the cockpit of concentration. His spirit is the head. Yeah, exactly. So the reason why he's saying he can't touch him is because this person is in or contained in something else. It doesn't mean that he cannot damage the soul or anything. But that doesn't suffice your point of it being simple domain.
Bro, if he says he can't touch him, what he means is touching his soul. You know that, right?
Yes, like and the reason why he cannot touch his soul, because to touch his soul, he has to interact with his physical body, which is contained within a box or a robot, which he cannot go into unless he finds like a hole or something.
No, but it makes it clear that what's not allowing him to is some concentration of spirit and or cursed energy, which would
yes, because oh my god, because obviously there's going to be cursed energy around the bar. He can reinforce that. Hold on.
You conceded.
Hold on, my nigga. Like, can you stop being weird, bro?
You conceded, by the way.
Damn, shut up. Okay, so obviously, if there's a large concentration, bro, who moved him down? Chill with that.
Bro, stop moving me down. This shit is getting
okay, hold on. Okay. So that isn't actually a defeater to my point, because what he's sensing is the soul. Unless you're gonna write and tell me Mahito cannot sense souls, then your entire point is defeated. He's saying that the cockpit of concentration of the spirit is in the head, because that's where he is. That's where his soul is. Can someone send a TCB translation of this to see if they use spirit and soul synonymously?
Sure. Just to make sure you're tracking exactly what's going on. So basically, Jester, you're arguing that this, like, the energy or the spirit stuff that Mahito's referring to is like the simple domain. And
yeah, and I'm gonna explain why.
Go ahead. You can explain why, bro. Yes. Okay, wait. Yes, let me answer the question. Hold on. Let me answer this question. What I'm saying it refers to is because Mahito has soul-based abilities, so it would be abductively valid to say it's referring to him being able to sense the soul, which we know the cockpit is in the head. So that's why he's saying the concentration is coming from the head, because that's where the soul is. That's where the spirit is.
Doesn't correlate.
I know you don't believe it correlate. I know that isn't an argument.
That doesn't correlate to what I'm arguing.
I know
Mahito making it clear that the reason why he can't touch him is because there's a concentration of spirit, which correlates to cursed energy. The way, like the falling cherry blossom, the way that your spirit, like, that has to do with like your emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's also your soul. Like, okay,
so that's cursed energy.
No, I'm saying that's also your soul. A concentration of spirit would also be your soul. Like, what?
Yes, but it have to do with your cursed energy.
I know you think that. Like, sure, cursed energy is created from negative emotions or emotions. However, it doesn't actually defeat what I said. Yeah, it comes from the soul. It can be. Yeah, sure, that peak can apply Q, but my peak can also apply Q. Like, I don't see
why do you think your conclusion is more likely?
Bro, I already explained. Bro, you haven't given any likelihood increasing argument. The reason why my conclusion is probably the case is because he does have soul-based abilities. If he is able to sense the soul, and we know that cursed energy is separate from the soul itself, so if he's able to sense the soul, then it's probably referring to the soul, because that's where the concentration and the cockpit is. If you were saying that the simple domain is overall or encompassing the entire body, that wouldn't make any sense, because he says the concentration is... Hold on. Because he says the concentration is coming from the head where he is residing at.
Okay. All that Mahito makes it clear, the reason why I actually think it's cursed energy is because he's saying that it's not the robot that's stopping him from touching him, it's actually the concentration of spirit in the robot.
Where does he make that clear?
He says, you don't want me touching you. After all, the cockpit, the concentration of spirit is in. So he's saying it's not the robot, he's saying it's the concentration.
No, he's literally just saying the opposite of what you're saying. He says, you don't want me touching you. Hold on. You don't want me touching you after all. The cockpit got shut up, bitch. Damn.
Okay, you're skipping.
Okay. Shut up. The content. Shut up. No. Who's about to moderate? Who's about to moderate? You interjected me. What the fuck? You were done speaking.
No, Sakazuki, I was not done speaking.
I don't have to moderate.
You were literally stopped fucking. I was mid. No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm about to give you perms.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. You were literally
Sakazuki, if you mute me, this shit is ass. Like, I'll never think that shit is ass. I was not done speaking. Was he not done speaking? Did he not stop speaking? You blatantly interrupted me. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. You blatantly interrupted me.
Did he not stop speaking?
Okay, Jester just got muted by someone, but okay. Yeah, how about this?
No, chill on that. I don't know who that was, but you.
Bro, this is unbelievable. Like, these
never mind. That was fine. That was the time when he muted me too. That was fine. That was agreed upon moderate. It was not perm abuse. Dumbass, you agreed to.
Hey, nigga, chill. Both of you. Let Sakazuki speak. Relax, nigga.
It wasn't perm abuse, bro. It was the judge.
Okay, this is what we'll do. Okay, Infinity, just let Jester talk.
All right, bro. Go.
Thank God. Yes, he keeps over.
Go, nigga.
Nigga, I'm explaining it. You see what he's doing? It's not funny.
Bro, I'm trying to tell him to go. You keep on going to irrelevant points.
Yeah, I'm going right now, but you keep talking.
Go, stop stalling,
okay,
nigga.
Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up.
Go, bitch.
I gotta mute yourself, bitch ass nigga. The mad nigga. Fucking nigga.
That shit was not funny.
Anyways, yeah. Yeah, the sentence is, you don't want me touching you. After all, the cockpit, the concentration of spirit is in. He's not saying it's literally the robot. He's saying it's this concentration of energy. The literal way that anti-domain techniques work is like, here, I'll just explain it right here. Like the way the fallen chair, the way this is literally a new point that I haven't brought up, so I don't understand why you're even saying.
Just go, bro.
The way domain techniques work, Sakazuki, is using energy, surrounding yourself in some set energy, and reflecting attacks with it, and more specifically, guaranteed hit attacks. He's surrounding the area where he's sitting in some set energy, right? Which I'm saying it's probably cursed energy because Mahito doesn't believe that his cursed technique will work on him while he's sitting here because of this concentration of energy. That's why this leads to that.
Okay, so the reason why that's just wrong is one, because I don't. Okay. So if you look at the diction of the scan, it does not say what he said at all, but it actually supports my point because it literally says, "You don't want me touching you." After all, period. The concentration of the spirit is in the head. So he has not given any likelihood increasing argument. Well, I'm saying that if he cannot interact directly with the physical body, he cannot touch the soul. We know if he touches the robot, that would be a direct correlation to the physical body. Also, in response to the other claim he made with the simple domain shit, can you repeat that? Okay, my phone. Never mind. I remember. Yeah, so with the simple domain shit, we know it isn't shut up. We know it isn't something that's passively applied because within the battle, there's a point in time where he called it out, meaning he was activating it within that specific instance to nullify domain expansion. So you're currently riding, my nigga, and I can send that scan too.
You know, this is when the fight starts, right? So what are you talking about?
Okay, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that he activates it passively.
Why is this? Okay, why is okay? Cool. Show me why this isn't a passive thing. He has it right away when the robot.
No, you're trying to shift the burden, my nigga. You're presupposing that.
But no, I'm making an assertion. He hasn't activated anything up until this point, so you're wrong.
Okay, so let's conclude then. Like, you're not giving an argument.
I just did it. I said he hasn't activated anything.
I know you think that. Let's conclude then.
Okay, he hasn't activated anything because the robot already had it as it spawned in, and he hasn't turned anything.
I know that's the claim. But like, you're gonna circle it. Let's conclude.
That's a brand new claim.
Okay, so let's conclude. Like, you didn't justify it. So that's not a brand new claim. That actually is what your argument presupposes. That's a presupposition your argument made at the initial start of this point.
No, I just brought up that this is the beginning of the fight.
You just brought it up explicitly. I'm saying your argument presupposed it before.
Okay, so I brought in new information explaining this claim.
It's not that you brought it in. I'm saying it was already there. Okay, we can conclude. I know you think
necessarily.
Okay, it doesn't have to be necessarily the case. It doesn't have to be the case.
This is some ape ass shit. This is some ape ass shit. This is literally some ape ass shit.
Yo, can we conclude? Like, you just keep on chatting, my nigga. Stop trying to derail. My mom is coming back soon.
What's the scan? What's the scan?
It doesn't have to be the case in all possible worlds.
What's the scan that you posted here?
I already told you, bro. You don't have to believe it.
We're talking about something else.
Okay,
you're writing. Oh wait, you're writing.
How am I writing?
This is post a robot's destruction.
No, that isn't. That's literally when. No, that's when he's in the robot, bro. Don't say something that come here. That's actually
the robot is down.
Shut up, bro. Like, what is wrong with you?
The robot is down in this.
No, shut up.
I have the scan.
Bro, you shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm saying that he uses the robot he's using the robot to connect to Mahito, and then he activates domain expansion by virtue of that indirect connection he has. I'm asking you, why is the robot?
Bro, he's blatantly perma-abusing me and dropping me.
That was not me. Wallahi, it was not me.
This shit is ridiculous, bro.
That's not me. Can you stop making false claims? You don't have knowledge.
This is blatant perma-abuse. Like, this
it's not perma-abuse. I didn't drop you at all.
Bro, I've been
trying to get something to blame it on. That wasn't me. Wallahi, it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, this scan that you have here. Wait, Sakazuki, hold on.
Yup. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, just strip me. Like, it's not me. Like, the fuck?
There you go. So, the panel he's referring to has nothing to do with what I'm saying. He uses that panel as a defeater to my argument, Sakazuki, when this is literally 2 chapters after the robot already came out. It's not something you activate.
That doesn't. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. The thing that he's talking about that's surrounding the robot is different from what he's doing.
Yo, wait, hold on. Give me scan
wait, stop interrupting. Oh my god.
I'm talking to Milky. I need scan firms, dumbass. I'm speaking to Milky. I need scan firms.
This shit's crazy. Yes.
I'm literally asking for scan firms, my nigga. Damn.
Yeah. This is way after. So it's post this. So he puts him in a domain. Yeah.
Bro, can we like this doesn't mean shit. Can we conclude?
This is bro. Here, I'm just gonna post this again. He puts him in domain, the robot's down, and then he simple domains to counteract it. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, we can conclude, bro.
So the moment he uses energy and this tying to the previous stuff, Sakazuki, the moment he redirects energy into the finger, like for the robot to do like one big attack, he domain expansions him right away, which supports.
No, he uses domain actually before, and then with the simple domain shit. Okay,
that's
so
not
with
true.
the first girl, hold on.
Okay,
yeah. With the okay, come, bro. Can you shut up, nigga? Like, shut up, bro. Shut up. I let you go. Like, you're so fucking weird. How old are you, nigga? You can't take turns. Like, goddamn.
That's not true.
So what occurs, Sakazuki, is that he uses the domain expansion, and then that's when this dude activates simple domain. Also, prior to that, he literally is activating a technique, and then Mahito uses domain expansion. That doesn't mean that he's using domain expansion because of that technique that's about to be activated.
Okay. What he just
and
said is incorrect.
And the technique
can you see my screen?
Shut the fuck
up. Can you see my screen?
No, bitch.
Show my screen.
Damn.
Hop on my screen. Sakazuki, can you see my screen?
Same thing as
Sakazuki, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you're so fucking retarded.
Nigga. Yeah, you're a retard. You just ratted, by the way. He doesn't.
No, I'm not fucking ratting. I just agree to the fact that he uses a technique, just not a simple domain. I can win. He's about to shoot something out of his hand. That's not a fucking simple domain, nigga. Are you retarded?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Damn.
So when he redirects energy away from his head, right, to try to get like an all-out attack on Mahito, then he domain expansions him.
That doesn't mean. Oh my god, we could conclude. I already gave argument against that. So
that's not what I'm trying to tell you. So when he
I don't care what you're trying to fucking tell me. I already defeated.
When humanity activates, so
no. Since you want to spur my nigga, since you want to spur.
The thing that's around his head is not a manual activation. The thing that's around his head is not a manual activation. I don't know how the hell you're gonna prove that shit. You're literally a retard.
So are you guys
shifting the burden?
Are you guys concluding or no?
Yes.
We can conclude right there. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go, my nigga.
Okay. Before I give verdict, right? I want to clarify one thing with Infinity. Okay, Infinity, right? First of all, you guys,
we're concluding on everything that was argued upon.
Just upon the Mechamaru point, or like the entire.
The Mechamaru.
Okay, then I need to clarify something with you, Infinity, right? Because when you started this off, you said that like it's not within his character to use domain off rip, right? Yeah. But then you
no. I mean no. That's the problem. I made two claims.
Wait, right? This is my question. Wait, hold up, right? Because then also right after that, in that same sentence, you then said, or right, even if we can't prove it's consistent that he doesn't, we don't know whether he would use it off rip or not.
Wait, no. I was saying that one is either it's not consistent in his character, or two, we don't have knowledge that it's consistent within his character. Because if I were to grant that every single time he doesn't use domain expansion is because of a contextual thing, that contextual thing halts him from doing it at the start of the battle. Therefore, we do not know if he would have done it at the start of the battle. However, I did give some evidence for him not being able to do it at the start of the battle,
Okay. Because I just want to clarify that what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're going based off of what you just said, which is the second part of that sentence, which I put in my notes. I think that Infinity won that point, Jester, and let me explain why. Right?
Nigga, we didn't even conclude, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, because he has fucking notes. Like, are you dumb?
I have no.
They didn't believe in us. God did.
Wait, hold up. Right, I want to explain to Jester because, right, Jester, what you were attacking, right? If his claim was literally just, it's likely that he wouldn't use domain expansion at the beginning of the fight, the way you attacked that, like the instances within the series would have worked, right? Because you went ahead and you went into each, like I think you won like the specific points of the first point and then the last point. But
yeah, how did he contend? Okay. So because I do want the.
So I won the point.
Hold on. No, you didn't attack. You didn't attack his argument, Jester.
Hold on. How did he contend?
No, bro,
shut up, Jester. Like, God,
this nigga's a retard.
Okay, how did he contend the fact that I said he didn't use it immediately against this dude?
Okay,
and I sent the scan for him.
Okay, can I like explain my judgment before we start talking about it? Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, Jester, right? The way you attack this, right, is by you went into these instances and gave you were like, okay, these contextual things didn't allow him to use it off rip, right? Is what you're saying, correct, Jester?
Yeah. What I'm saying is, wait, listen. What I'm saying is that if he had the ability to use it off rip, he would literally use it off rip because
we know the claim.
Yeah, because each time he has the chance to use it off rip, he just uses it off rip.
Yeah, we know the claim.
I know.
Repeating it.
Okay. So Okay. So essentially, in the first point, okay, actually, yeah, okay. Then at that point, okay, Infinity, I need to clarify some things with you because I think actually I do
Thank you. Yeah, I got you.
I think
fucking slam, bitch.
Jester, can you shut up? Like, notice how this dude's
okay, wait, hold up, right? Infinity, hold up.
Wait, why are you saying wait to me? I'm not the one spurging.
Okay, wait, Jester, just wait, hold. Let me talk with Infinity real quick. Okay, so Infinity, right? With the first point about when he uses the shit against wait, which one is it?
Jester, they gotta feed on me. Anyways, what are you saying?
Overwhelmed. Okay, so the one where you guys were talking about like the person getting overwhelmed, right? Okay, so what Jester said is that he isn't necessarily disagreeing when a cursed spirit gets overwhelmed. This is when they use this like domain expansion, but he's saying that he unlocked domain expansion at this point in time. And that's why he used it right then.
No, bro. Wait,
and because he unlocked at that point, it just simply co-aligned with him getting overwhelmed, and he used it at that point in time. So that isn't. I didn't really hear you like give an argument.
I'm saying that. Okay, I'm saying that within that specific instance, he unlocks it because he was getting overwhelmed. That's literally how he obtained the peak of Jujutsu sorcery, because he was getting overwhelmed. They couldn't do anything else but awaken this new technique. So that is the reason why he did it. I literally said that's not sequitur or justifier for him doing it at the start of the battle, or it being in character for him to do at the start of the battle.
Okay, Infinity, right? Yeah. But he's saying that the fact that he unlocked it at that point in time, we can't use this instance to say, okay, this would like be like him not using it at the start of the battle because
I didn't use that. No, Saka, no. He's the one that brought up that instance. I didn't bring that up at all. I said that it is either one, not consistent within this character, or two, we don't know if it's consistent in this character. Therefore, we should not accept it. He brought up the instances and said why it couldn't be okay. He said the reason why it isn't shown to be consistent in this character is because of contextual things. I'm saying that, yeah, if I were to presuppose that contextual things, that doesn't defeat my point or actually increase the likelihood of him using it after starting the battle, Sakazuki. So I didn't bring that instance up. That was him.
Okay, yeah, and my point being is he's saying, right, that the fact that he used this domain expansion right after he unlocked it. Oh, and you're saying, okay, wait, okay, yeah, no,
that literally goes into my point.
Okay, yeah, okay, so, okay, then if that.
Okay, Justin,
okay, and then for the last point, and then, okay, because I think you won the Mechamaru point, Infinity.
Wait,
so for the last, what?
If I win that last point, that means he does not have a simple domain passive, which means Mahito could have used it at the start of the battle. So even if Jester contends the first point and he somehow sways your judgment on the first point, he would still lose the second point because we have.
No, that's not true. Let me talk to Judge now since I was server muted actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we're a bit more stable now. So the first point doesn't go to anybody, and that's what I was trying to make clear. That first section, we can't really use it on either side, because it was an instance where he just unlocked it. That's all I'm trying to say, right?
Okay, so that co-line. Okay.
And so next, right? What's the next situation?
Before we go in the Mechamaru point, wait, hold up. Before we go in the Mechamaru point, I think that one was the one where had the most shit in it. So I want to go to. Let's skip that and let's go to the one where you guys were talking about. Jester said some shit about like him being split up, so he wouldn't necessarily have enough cursed energy to domain expansion. I don't think you addressed that, Infinity.
He never addressed it.
Let me. Can I talk? Wait, can I answer that? Or are you gonna let him talk? Okay, Saka. So if you listen to the fucking point, I literally asked him to repeat it multiple times, and he never repeated it at all. And I know you're not okay. I know off of your judgment. Hold on. Shut up. I know off of how you judge against Dead Boy and Timmy. You do not accept shit like that. You can hear me asking him to repeat that point multiple times, and he just never does it.
Wait. Can I say something?
I heard him repeat. I heard him say it on 2 different occasions.
I said it.
It's fine. It's recorded. I don't care. We can continue.
Okay, I'll go back in the recording.
So I won the overarching point, right?
Okay, I want to go in the Mechamaru point because towards the end with like the last couple scans you guys sent, like I sort of lost.
Yo, bro, can you just watch recording for that? My mom's about to come home from work, bro.
No, let's finish right here. That doesn't matter.
No, because I want to get into my skill or more.
We're going to finish the point. We can just continue it after.
No, I'm saying this point is finished, and you can contend judgment, or I can contend judgment after when he watches recording.
Okay, so, yeah, but
what?
Who you think won the points? He said me, right?
No, he said me.
No, that's not what he said.
No, he said you won the first point, but I won the overarching point.
No, that he didn't say that. He said he thinks I won the Mechamaru point, but not.
No, he said I believe. He says I believe I win the Mechamaru. Bro, why are we talking about
we ask
Why don't we just ask the
Sakazuki?
fucking Saka? What the fuck? Saka, who won the Mechamaru point?
The Mechamaru point, right now, I believe that Infinity won because let me explain. So,
bro, you don't have to explain. Can we just continue? Like, I have 30 minutes, bro.
Explain it. You have time. Explain it. Right.
Go, bro.
Okay,
Go.
so essentially, just for the reasoning I'm giving him that point is when you brought up the scan, which was like, you're inside, aren't you? You don't want me touching you. After all, the cockpit, the concentration of spirit is in the head, right? You were saying that this is like the simple domain, if I'm not mistaken, and basically what the hell? Okay, so Infinity, the interpretation Infinity gave contrary to that was you saying that this could simply just be like the idea of the concentration of spirit can just be the fact of like Mekumaru being inside of the head within itself, because he's basically saying that Mahito's abilities are dependent upon him touching the person and that person's soul, and like the concentration of like the soul what's it called, the spirit energy or the concentration of spirit could just be Mechamaru inside the head, but not necessarily a simple domain.
Yeah, I addressed that. So let me just pull up this camera where we're talking about. Yeah, I addressed that directly. I literally said he makes a distinction in between the head and the spirit. He's like, you're sitting in the cockpit, which is the actual robot, where there's this concentration of energy. He makes it clear that's the concentration of energy that's not allowing him to touch him. So yeah, so he brings up the robot point, and I tell him it's not the robot, right? It's actually the concentration of energy, and I explain how like the anti-domain techniques work, which is by like using like curse energy to like repel shit, right? And so his curse technique, he's like blatantly saying like his curse technique can't touch this guy because of some energy, not the robot. So, and he just repeated himself. So I don't know what he never addressed that, by the way. Like on recording, he never addressed that.
Wait, so you're saying that you're saying that Mahito said this statement right after his like technique wasn't able to touch him?
No, I'm saying not Mahito's analysis, right? He makes a distinction between the robot and the energy. So he's saying the energy that's surrounding the head of the robot is why his curse technique can't.
Hey, Saka.
And he never addresses
I think okay,
wait,
here.
Can I tell you my response to that?
This is what I think you're missing, right? I don't think Infinity is saying that. I don't think he's saying that this curse energy like is around the robot. He's saying that what Mahito is saying with the idea of the concentration of spirit is essentially of Mekumaru's like real body within itself inside of the head, because he's saying that the idea of concentration of spirit can just be in reference to the soul, which Mahito's abilities need to touch to interact.
Yes, and I'm saying that the cockpit is in his head, which is why they use that specific diction.
Okay,
you get that, Jester?
Okay, we continue, bro. This is going
on. Yeah. This is my issue with it, because if his whole point is that he's touching the robot, not him, but I'm saying the robot is irrelevant because even Mahito is not saying that it's the robot that's disallowing.
Yeah, we know you think that, brother. Like,
yeah, and I made it really clear.
Bro, can we continue, bro?
I don't know why he's interrupting me. This is really quick right here. I made it really quick. I made it really clear how anti-domain techniques work, and it's exactly what he's doing there, and he's never addresses that.
Yeah, we know you said that.
Wait, hold up, Infinity, right? You're saying, Jester, if I'm not mistaken, I have this in my notes, you said that the anti-domains or these simple domains or whatever are made with like surrounding yourself with cursed energy, correct?
Yeah, and blocking off cursed energy.
Okay. And my point is that Mahito, when he says the concentration of spirit is in the head, right?
Bro, I do not have time for this shit, bro.
Instead of your interpretation that this is like a field or something surrounding it, right, which would co-align with the definition of an anti-domain or what an anti-domain is, Infinity is saying that this statement is simply just pertaining to the idea of a soul, right? The concentration of spirit, which is a soul. And he's saying that's what it's in reference to because Mahito's abilities are centered in manipulating the soul.
I said spirit equals curse energy in this context, right?
Yeah, we know you know. You said no. What I actually agreed to is that curse energy is derived from negative emotions, which is derived from spirits. Doesn't mean that they have a direct correlation. So nice right there. But yeah, can we continue, bro?
No, but I addressed it. He's never.
I know you think that, bro. Can we fucking continue? Damn. Like, you can contend judgment all you want after. Yeah, I don't have time.
So
okay. How about this? Y'all just continue, and then I guess I have to go over Rec.
Okay, thank you. So yeah. So we already established that he does have a one-shot short. So I believe he just pops domain. There's no argument for Mahito's domain. Okay, yeah. So that
actually,
wait. Wait, bro. We can just leave it off at the other shit, bro. You can,
So
bro.
so from the point that we're leaving off,
we could just leave off of that, bro. Whoever won the other points just won the debate, bro.
Okay, so we just wait for judgment.
Sure, bro.
For sure.
All right, can someone upload that to YouTube and send it?
What the fuck up, bitch?
What?
Nothing, my fault.
Jester won, guys. Jester won, guys.
Yeah. All right, who was recording?